violence, physicality, execution, the will to win. It ain't been done a lot around here doing what we just did. But we believed. Think about what I said. I will. We will. I believe. We believe. God damn it, this is what the hell we do. Let's smoke our, let's talk our, the Raiders goddamn way. Let's do it.
Finally, the Raiders beat the hated rival Kansas City Chiefs on the road as they played Grinch on Christmas. They're coming off back-to-back wins against back-to-back divisional opponents with back-to-back defensive touchdowns in both games. I'm not sure if that's ever happened before. I've never seen it. But at 7-8, the Raiders have a chance at making the playoffs if they win out and get some help from some teams losing down the stretch. That being said, great defensive win against the Chiefs has Raider Nation and the NFL world believing AP might be the next Raiders head coach.
How will you make your case to Mark Davis in terms of saying, I'm the man?
Well, my resume's on the grass. Which one? I can put up a fancy presentation. I've seen that before. I can put up stats. I can put up my resume. But the best thing that happened for me was the opportunity. And as like I said this maybe last week, the worst day I was going to be as a head coach was my first day.
But ultimately, the decision will lie with owner Mark Davis, or maybe not. Looking ahead to the offseason, the most important hire might not be a head coach or GM. Make sure to like the video, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. The road to 4K continues. Appreciate the support, Nation. Recently, Raiders owner had an interview where he touched on various topics regarding the team. He was honest about not being his father, the late great Al Davis, and not having an eye for talent, which obviously we knew. He's admitted this in the past. We can all see that, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Understanding your weaknesses can help you make better decisions. In this case, Mark mentions the need for a football guy or a president of football operations type of position. This would be a higher position than a head coach or GM. He went on to explain that one of the reasons former GM Reggie McKenzie and head coach Dennis Allen didn't work as a GM and head coach, they were both rookies at their respective position when Davis hired them. Allen finished 8-28 as a Raiders coach and eventually was fired 4 games into his third season. We all know the story. We all know what happened. But Davis's experience as an owner has led him to believe that a football guy, a football mind, a position would be needed, especially to help guide any inexperience in the front office. Reading it between the lines, it sounds like Mark is leaning towards hiring Champ Kelly and Antonio Pierce, but wants someone in the building to help the first-time GM and coach if they were hired. Clearly, Davis wants someone experienced, and a successful team builder, and someone that understands football that's above the day-to-day work, as Mark said in the interview. You got to give Mark credit. He's trying to get this right. It just hasn't worked out, to say the least. If he does hire for this position, this is exactly the type of structure the Raiders need. And they have to get it right. I mean, there's no way around it. I mean, the Raiders haven't been winning for the last, 20-plus years. We can count in a couple of fingers how many times they've been to the playoffs. But you would think if it's someone with experience, that someone that would disqualify any up-and-coming candidates. So that's a definite no on owners' reported advisors Tom Brady and Jim Gray. Hopefully that doesn't happen, but you never know with the Raiders. But all jokes aside, Mark has shown he's willing to spend to get it right. Just look how much he's paid to fire McDaniels and Ziegler. So if he's willing to spend, maybe look to snatch an established GM. Go after like a Seahawks GM, John Schneider, Eagles GM, Howie Roseman, or currently retired Ozzie Newsome, the former GM for the Ravens. Throw the bag. But at this point, it's anybody's guess right now. The nation is in full support of Champ Kelly and AP, but we'll find out in time what the Raiders' future head coach, GM, and maybe football guy, football mind, whatever you want to call it, will be. Should the Raiders hire a president football position, an experienced football mind, or is it a case of too many cooks in the kitchen? Just hire the right GM and coach. Let me know down in the comment section down below. Make sure to like the video, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Till next time.
Just win, baby. Hello? You play to win the game. You don't play to just play it.